During your reign here as McNair County Sheriff, you have been forced to kill 2 persons. Louise Hathcock, who you killed near the state line at the Shamrock Motel there, and then Charles Russell Hamilton that you killed here in Selmer. Does the fact that you had to take these 2 human lives ever haunt you?
Yes, of course. I've seen Miss Hathcock 1,000 times, I guess, since I had to take her life, and also Mr. Hamilton. I mean, you watch someone die that you know that you pulled the trigger that killed him, because even though that is line of duty and self-defense, I mean, you still can't keep from seeing them and watch them draw that last breath, and then not think anything about it, I don't believe.
Petie Plunk was one of Buford Pusser's deputies for 5 years. Plunk and Chief Deputy Sheriff Jim Moffitt was with Buford the day he killed Louise Hathcock at the Shamrock Motel near the Tennessee-Mississippi state line on February 1st, 1966. Petie, when Buford got the call to come to the Shamrock, what happened during the ride down there?
Well, at that time we was driving along, and I said, Buford, since we're going down there, you better put your pistol on. He didn't have his pistol on. And, well, he said it might not be a bad idea. He stopped on the side of the road out there and put his pistol on. Buckled his gun on. We went on down and walked into the office of the motel. Used the exact words that she said. What in the hell are y'all doing down here? And I tried to tell her what we was doing down there, that we were looking for this lady's purse. The lady lost her purse in the motel that night. I said, I don't know nothing about no purse. No, said, there's no car. I said, ain't nobody stole no car. I said, Louise, we're not hunting a damn car, we're hunting a purse. I said, that's what they do. They're all the time talking like that. Jim Moffitt sitting over there on the couch. I guess he must have smiled. I wasn't looking at Jim. She said, wipe that smile off your face. And I guess Jim did, undoubtedly. She didn't slap him. But she said, Sheriff, I want to speak to you a minute. So Buford proceeded to follow her out of the office into number 1 cabin, which was her living quarters. And as they got inside of the door of the number 1 cabin, she had on a sweater with pockets in it. And she had this little snub-nosed 38 in there. And she come out with that 38 and said, I'm going to kill you. And as she wheeled with the gun, Buford seen her, and he fell across the bed, just as she fired. And then from the looks of it, she had fired at the big part of him, which was his chest. And as he went down, put his head where his chest would normally have been, and I'd say she missed his head approximately 4 inches. The bullet went out the window into the post that holds the shed up in front of the office. And unless they put a new post there, and I doubt it, you'll see a chip chopped out of there now. It's where I took a hatchet and cut the bullet out of the post that she had fired it in. But as he went down and she fired, he come out with his .41 Magnum. He fired. The first shot, he hit her on the left side of the neck and cut a trench across her neck and shoulder. And it spun her around. And as she spun around, she still had the gun in firing position to fire again. The next shot hit her in the right breast and come out of her back. And you can stick a doorknob in her back where the bullet come out. She hit the floor, hit a chair, turned the chair over, hit the floor on her back, and she raised the gun up again. The next shot, he caught her in the left jaw, underneath her jawbone, and come out the back of her head. Carried one of her jaw teeth about 12 inches behind her head, out through her head there. She still blowed blood bubbles after her, I'd say. Of course, I was scared. Hell, I don't know, it might have been hers long, but I'd say roughly 3 or 4 minutes before she died.
Well, was Louise Hathcock drinking heavily that day?
Yes, she had a mixed drink in her hand down this house.
Well, was she drunk?
Yes, definitely drunk. Dope or something. She was bad off somewhere. I've never heard anybody, man or woman, talk any more vulgar than that woman talked to us that morning.
How did Buford react after killing Louise Hathcock?
When I got to Buford, when I heard the shots, I run to him with my pistol in my hand. You could tell by the looks of his eyes, of course. I don't know whether he was scared or excited or what, but I could see his eyes was red around him a little bit, you know. He told me, he says, catch the back door. So he knew there was somebody in the back room because he had heard her talking to him, see. He told me to catch the back door and told Jim Moffitt to call the sheriff's office. And I don't know, Jim said he wasn't scared, but I was scared.
Why were you scared?
Well, knowing the reputation and the kind of characters that hung out at the place, I figured we would have to shoot our way out. And I still say, if that bunch had been there, we would have had to shoot our way out of it.
How far was the Mississippi state line from the Shamrock Motel?
Well, just an imaginary line through there. Just really one right on the other side of the other. The cafe was in Mississippi and the motel was in Tennessee.
Well, what kind of person was Louise Hathcock?
Well, I just assumed I'd compare with Al Capone. Just soon had Al Capone gunning for him as Louise Hathcock.